What's going on? It's your man Diamond K in here. Of course, the DiamondKShow.com, on fire-tv.com. A lot of things we got to get into, a lot of things that I want to talk about. This case is so disturbing to me. We talked about it briefly last week, and since she's been arrested and all of that, I wanted to talk about it because what is so surprising to me is that there are women out there that think that because a guy cheated on you, because you were cheated on, that just gives you free reign to do whatever you want because your feelings were hurt. Because your feelings were hurt. So what am I talking about? I'm talking about this case, Augustine Gladney, 40 years old, and she was arrested after throwing her boyfriend's mother's ashes into a lake. Now, many of you saw this story, and it has, it's been everywhere, right? Some people said that they thought it was, fake. I don't know why. Like, why would this be something fake? But the video has been floating around social media. And, so as I said, allegedly the boyfriend cheated on her. And because the boyfriend cheated on her, she just felt, I don't know, she felt that it was her duty to do this. So she is, the ashes were thrown into Lake Worth in Texas, right? So Fort Worth police said that the guy, who is 38 years old, Ernest Smith, he spoke to police and told them upon coming home in the evening, he discovered his mother's urn was missing. His mother's urn was missing, right? And this lady, if you're looking at us on YouTube or on the app or on Facebook or Twitter or LinkedIn, you can see the picture. It's not a pretty picture, right? She was all happy and giddy when she was throwing his mother's ashes into Lake Worth in Texas, Fort Worth. So he comes home, Ernest Smith, 38 years old, comes home, and his mother's remains are missing. Smith said that he overheard a conversation between Gladney, Augustine Gladney, his girlfriend, 40 years old, and her daughter, who were, at their home at the time. Gladney reportedly told her daughter she tossed the urn in Lake Worth. Smith also told police he couldn't make contact with Gladney until late Monday night. This crime actually happened in May. Smith says that Gladney texted him upon making contact, admitting that she threw his mother's ashes into the lake. Through his mother's ashes, his mother's remains, she was so hurt that she threw those ashes in Lake Worth. So, I mean, the arrogance of some people to think that because you were cheated on, allegedly, because I don't know if he cheated on her. She may suspect that he did, but just because she said it doesn't make it true. But we're going to go with this for a minute. So she claims that she was cheated on, and she throws his mother's ashes into a lake. So she has been arrested, as she should be. I was hoping that there was something in the criminal code that she could be charged with, because she deserves to be charged with something. So Fort Worth's finest charged her with abuse of a corpse Abuse of a corpse. Many people didn't even know that was a crime. Abuse of a corpse after she threw these ashes in there, right? Uh, so the urn's missing. You come home. You're used to seeing this urn sitting on the mantle wherever it is housed, and it's gone. Can you imagine that? So we saw the video. She felt so good about herself, she taped it. Now, some women out there may agree with this behavior, right? You tear up people's clothes, mess up their car. We've seen all these videos where the women write something on lipstick or paint in the car. We saw something the lady set the car on fire. We've seen all kind of stuff, right? Just because you were cheated on, women or men, why can't you just move on? Why can't you just get somebody else? Why do you have to do things like this? There's no coming back from throwing this man's mother's ashes. How disrespectful do you have to be? Right? Men or women, if you think that they cheated, keep it moving. You can get somebody else, right? She doesn't feel better after this, does she? How can she? And so it is so disturbing to me that women or men want to strike back in this way, right? If you think that they cheated, by all means, you go out and you do you, right? You go do something. You go find somebody. You know, they say that you can get over somebody by getting under somebody, something like that. DJ Cool Rod says that women throw bleach on clothes and cut them with scissors too. Absolutely. Absolutely. It has happened to me. Not the bleach, but my ex-girl, one of my ex-girlfriends accused me of cheating. And so let's get into it. Did I cheat? Yes. Okay. She accused me of cheating. I did cheat. And I was caught. And she was living with me. And this is my first apartment. And, you know, I was happy to have my own space, right? I was happy to have my own space. And, you know, previously we've been at my parents' house, my sisters, and you know, I couldn't really have personal time like that, right? Without my sisters busting in the room because, you know, we're in a common area in the basement. So I finally get my own place, my own apartment about 5 blocks from my parents' house. And I didn't have time to really enjoy living on my own because my girlfriend told her mother, like, they had some arguments. I don't have to put up with this. My boyfriend has his own place, and she calls me up like, can you come pick me up? So I'm thinking, you know, so me and my homeboy go over there and pick her up. I'm thinking she's coming over the house to chill for a little while. She's got totes. She's got clothes, and she moves, right? I mean, we didn't even discuss this. Like, I said you could come over. I know you were moving in. Anyway, she moves in. And, you know, I did enjoy her being there, so I'm not going to say that, right? But then after a while, what happened is that, oh, wow, it's like this relationship started to feel more serious than where I was, right? So, yeah, I stepped out, did some things that, you know, I cheated, right? She finds out that I cheated. And, you know, we're having this discussion. I'm like, okay, you know, I denied it initially. But, I mean, you know, it was kind of obvious that I cheated on her. So we're having this conversation. She's in the house. I'm at work. We're going back and forth. And I'm just like thinking like, wow, what if I just had the place to myself? I could just do what I wanted to do without having to hear this. And I told her, maybe this was a mistake. You need to move back with your mother. And I said this over the phone. Whoa, that was smart. Said this over the phone. And she destroys my clothes. She cuts up my clothes, cuts up my shoes, cuts up the mattress, cuts up the couch, my weight bench. It just destroys things, right? She's mad because I cheated and she just goes to town. She does all the stuff, she leaves, right? I only had literally the clothes on my back. Everything else was destroyed. Now, Let me tell you what's even dumber than that. I got back with her later. But that's a whole nother story. My point is that she felt, even if you talk to her right now, she feels justified for destroying my entire wardrobe and shoes included, cutting up everything with knives and scissors, knives, stabbed everything, just cut up everything. She felt justified because I cheated, right? What? And Kat says, well, good, you deserved it. Kat, come on. Kat on YouTube says I deserved it. Kat, okay, I cheated, right? I deserve her to bare minimum cheat, move on. I don't deserve her to destroy all my clothes. Does it work the other way? If she had cheated on me and I cut up all her dresses and cut the ass out of all of her what do you call them? Leotard, what are those pants called? I don't know what those tight pants that girls wear, right? I cut the ass out of all of them because she cheated on me and cut up all her shirts and her bras. People are not gonna be looking at me like, yeah, she had it coming. No, they're not. It doesn't work both ways, right? And so it shouldn't work the other way. If somebody cheats on you, you need to move on. Okay, you need to move on. You don't need to destroy their property. You don't need to throw their deceased family member leggings. That's what I'm talking about. Kat said the leggings, right? If I cut the ass out of all her leggings, you know what I'm saying? And so my point is that if somebody cheats on you, do you think that makes you look good because you committed this crime? Any crime. It could have been worse. You could have set the place on fire. Kat on YouTube says, why do women gotta take it there? Why do women take it there? Set the place on fire for what? I would have pressed charges too. I'm telling you, I would have pressed all the charges that I could have. Now, here's the thing. When the police were called, the police had to be called. I did not press charges on her. Some clothes, I was able to, recover clothes and buy more clothes and all that kind of stuff. But my point, and here's how dumb I was, and I got back with her. We went on to have a couple more years, right? But here's the thing: the behavior like this only continued. It only continued because some people had this mentality, this arrogance of you cheat on me. How dare you? Like, stuff happens, right? Stuff happens in marriages. For me, cheating is not a deal breaker. Cheating is not a deal breaker for me. We can recover from cheating. Now, all situations are, we got to look into the specifics of all situations. But I'm saying that I've been in relationships where cheating has happened, where I've cheated and she's cheated, another situation, and we've recovered from it. Now, it wasn't an easy recovery, but cheating to me is not a deal breaker. Queen of Wands says, hurt doesn't mean you turn violent or destructive. Queen of Wands on YouTube. Absolutely. Absolutely. It does not give you a green light to be violent because somebody cheated on you, because somebody else was intimate. Somebody you're with was intimate with somebody else. You did not have free reign to do whatever because your heart was broke. Kat on YouTube says, well, if I were her, I would be mad that you cheated too. I can't blame her. You're a good looking man. Thank you. Okay, so she was mad, right? She was mad. And I had my reasons. They weren't good reasons, right? I should have talked to her about it. They weren't good reasons that I cheated. Ultimately, in that situation, her and I let her move in too quickly. I didn't have a chance to enjoy my singleness. Thus, it made me open to, other chicks, right? Kat on YouTube says, right, there are no rules when it comes to love. Okay, there are rules. Like, if I'm mad at you for something that you said, I can't, like, put my hands on you, because I'm in love with you, but you did something wrong to me. There are rules. That's against the rules. I shouldn't do that. Right? Catania says just slash all four tires, call it even. Catania on Facebook. Listen, and I know you, and it's so crazy. Another bad story. I have had all four of my tires slashed before. Different situation, cheating as well. Okay. And here's the thing, right? I have no problem talking about my missteps, and I've made plenty of them, right? With this girl, the next girl after her, right? And we there had been infidelity on both parts. We'd broken up, and we were trying to patch things back up, right? We're trying to patch things back up. I felt like she was playing games. I felt like she was still seeing the dude that she cheated with. And we had set up a time. I was DJing in DC at the time. And so, club was over at 3, come back home. She's supposed to meet me at, my house. She had a key. And, she didn't show up. And then I called her next day of some funny stuff. And she ended up staying the night with the guy that she was, what was in between us. So the following week, I'm in DC, DJing there, leave at 3. I'm calling her and she's not answering. So I'm like, oh, she's getting ready to do what she did last week. Not gonna be me, right? So I end up hooking up with a girl in the club in DC. Now here's where I did that was dumb. I brought her back to my place. Instead of going, I'm like, I'm not gonna spend the night in DC. Like, I don't where she live at. I don't know these niggas. So I'm like, I bring her to my house in Baltimore. Now remember, my girlfriend, ex we're trying to rebuild, she has a key. Anyway, I can't get in touch with her. Phone's going straight to voicemail. I take the DC girl to my house in Baltimore. Whatever, we hook up. You know what I mean? And to make it worse, she threw on a jersey. So she has on a jersey, what my Ravens jersey. And I had a Ravens jersey set on a chair, and it's the jersey that the ex used to wear all the time around the house. So she puts the jersey on. I didn't tell her to put it on. Went to the bathroom, came back. She threw the jersey on. Okay, whatever. So we're sleeping in bed. The ex that I'm in between with is waking me up. Like, and I look and I see her. I think I'm dreaming. Like I see her, like, oh, hey, what's up? Go back to sleep. But she was really there. Whole thing. Next thing you know, I got 4 flat tires. Whole thing. She didn't have no right to do that. Like when she did literally did the same thing. I didn't catch her in the bed, but I knew that she was with the guy the week before. I took it on the chin, right? Guys, generally we take the hurt, pain better than women do. We take that emotional hurt better. Now, yeah, we got some guys that fly off the handle and some guys that wild out. But generally speaking, women take it too far when it comes to matters of the heart. All right, now this is my young, wild, crazy days, DJing a lot of different clubs, seeing a lot of different women, and I was at a point in my life where I just wasn't ready to totally settle down in that way, right? Sort of like Lori Harvey. We're gonna talk about her tomorrow, Lori Harvey. But it's a whole thing. All right. And DJ Cool Run says, "Ain't no cat like new cat." Okay. Yeah, there is something to that. There is something to that. Catania on Facebook says, "Stop cheating." Okay, this is back in the day, right? This is back in the day when you just did whatever, right? 90s was crazy. Okay, the 90s was crazy. But so yeah, I've had my front windshield busted out. I've had 4 flat tires. I've had my car hit with a hammer. You know what I mean? I've had clothes cut up. That's pretty much the worst thing. And maybe one knife thrown at me. That aside, somebody throwing ashes of my mother in the lake is too damn much. And any woman or man that thinks that's okay, you're wrong. It's not okay. If somebody cheats on you, move on. Move on. So Augustine Gladney arrested for throwing her boyfriend's mother's ashes in the lake. And in the picture, in her mugshot, she's crying, right? The audacity. She's the arrogance. She thinks after she did all of this that she's still supposed to get some sympathy. I have no sympathy for this lady. I have no sympathy for this lady. And so she real fly when she was doing it. But when they came and locked her up, she is out here looking crazy. She is out here looking crazy. Let me see. Do we have any other comments here? Let me see. Cat on YouTube says it pretty much sums it up. Okay, I got this one right. All right, that's good. I mean, matters of the heart, are funny, and of course we get emotional and you get in your feelings, and we're going to talk about feelings tomorrow, definitely, because I have a lot to say about Lori Harvey, and I am DJ Coolbra says she was a loose cannon, definitely was a loose cannon, and she needs to bring that, tone that energy down. I'm not sure if if it's going to be an easy transition for her to be better, but she needs to be better. Of course, the Flywire and TFP Entertainment present the Flywire's 15th annual White Tie Affair. Baltimore's biggest and most celebrated event returns Sunday, July 24th, 2022, 5 p.m. to 10 p.m. at the outdoor venue now known as Hammerjacks, 1300 Russell Street in Baltimore, 21230. After a 2-year wait, the party of the year returns with another exceptional, fun, and elegant red carpet cocktail reception. Music by DJ Kibi, DJ Tons, and Super DJ Big L. Tickets on sale now at hammerjacks.com. For VIP tables, DM at the Flywire or TFP Enter on Instagram. The attire is fly and sexy, all white outfit. It's an all white party. Now, understand this: the venue is outdoors. The courtyard has gravel. So, ladies, shoe suggestion alert. Sneakers, sandals, wedges, and flats are highly recommended. Don't come out there in no heels. It is gravel. All right. If you do that, you're wearing those heels at your own risk. Early bird tickets, $40 plus fees, and are on sale right now. Hammerjacks.com. This is a 21 and over event. Also, for the last 16 years, the Baltimore Crown Awards has been connecting, developing, honoring, and promoting the Baltimore scene. Get your green clothes ready, formal, semi-formal, or however you feel fly. The 2022 Baltimore Crown Awards is an emerald party. The Baltimore scene is green. Nomination process is happening right now. This will determine the actual nominees for the show. They need your input, so take a moment to visit thebaltimorescene.org. Tell them who should be honored at the 2022 ceremony. The Baltimore Crown Awards, there are many great categories, from visual artists of the year to retail to makeup artists to movement of the year and much more. Let your voice be heard at the 16th annual Baltimore Crown Awards, Saturday, November the 19th at the Garage, 6 Lafayette Avenue in Baltimore, 21202. This event will be hosted by Desi Alexander. Tickets are $20. You can visit thebaltimorescene.org or text Cheniere at 443-248-2596. It is the 2022 Baltimore Crown Awards. So I'm going to wrap things up. We have a new show that is going to be debuting in about, 15 minutes. So we're going to have that on No Filter Podcast, hosted by Bree. We're going to make way for her. And I will see you guys tomorrow, 6 p.m. We're going to be talking some relationship stuff. But I will see you guys tomorrow as we talk about Lori Harvey and the top news stories of the day. Your man Diamond K at the Diamond K Show, of course, on fire-tv.com. I will see you guys tomorrow.
Visit onfiretv.com for live top stories, breaking news, and original shows.